Hi, I'm Zack.
And I'm Chelsea.
And we're two goofballs from Colorado who are tired of living for the weekend.
So we decided to make an adventure of our lives by buying an RV and traveling the country with our two cats, Pumpkin and Pistachio.
And this is our journey.
Woo! I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Hello!
Hello!
Woo!
Woo!
We've been gone.
For a long time.
And we have some splaining to do.
Yeah.
It's our own fault. We gotta rewind all the way back to the beginning of 2022.
When we first left on the road.
Which we posted on Instagram, but pretty not long after that, we stopped posting. For a couple reasons. One reason, I was terrified of being on the road. Yep. I see you nodding, guys. I just had so much going on. I could hardly focus on making a video, on making a reel, on posting anything.
He was very stressed.
I was very stressed. Second reason being, we're traveling. And that was our first go at it ever.
Yes. And when we left, our fridge went out.
We lived out of a cooler for 2 months.
Yeah. And we don't have a car, so we had to walk every 2 weeks to a local convenience store, grocery store, and go get ice.
Which we had to use your Grubhub bags to keep the ice cold enough to where we could get it back to the cooler in time to cool down our food.
Whoa.
So immediately right after we left, our fridge went out.
We didn't have a generator.
Our generator didn't work.
Our shower wasn't even hooked up.
Our shower was not hooked up. We went from Colorado to Kansas, then to Illinois, didn't we?
Then
Where was Cahokia?
Illinois.
Cahokia.
Yeah.
Illinois. Yeah, so from Kansas to Cahokia, then to Missouri, then to Kentucky, maybe?
Yeah, I think.
We stayed a week in Tennessee at a KOA.
Mm-hmm.
Made macaroni and cheese out of my tea kettle because we were hungry.
We didn't get propane.
Oh yeah, we had no propane. We went to the Gaylord Hotel, which I know we have pictures and
It was
film of.
awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah. But it almost rained the whole time we were there.
And our slide outs leaked.
And our slide outs leaked.
So we were in a tiny little RV, plugged in at least, with nothing to do.
Yep.
Because we also sold our TV.
Yep.
And my Xbox.
Yep.
So we could read, or we could play cards, or we could
Watch stuff on the laptop.
watch stuff on a laptop.
That was it. So then from Tennessee, we went to Georgia.
In Georgia, I could live there.
Georgia was awesome.
Georgia was cold. It was still cold then.
A little bit.
Because then we went to not Sonoma, Georgia. Where was the Helen, Georgia?
Yep.
Helen, Georgia was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little Switzerland.
Went through Georgia. Then we went down to Florida. And the whole point of going to Florida was to meet my sister and my family down there for her birthday. We got down there a week or so earlier. We got to hang out with extended family. And then we went over to Miami and met with my family.
We drove all the way down to Miami.
Yep.
In a 36-foot motorhome.
It's not convenient.
It is not.
And we didn't pre-plan any place to stay.
No.
So thankfully it worked out that we parked in the hotel's parking lot, which was gated. And
across the street from the hotel that her family was staying in. So that worked out.
Yeah.
It was loud and it was hot. because our generator didn't run, so we couldn't run the ACs. We couldn't run anything.
No.
Nope. We charged our phone at like Starbucks's and like, I don't know, any little stores that we could go into, like a Starbucks, any little coffee shops.
Yeah.
Yep. And your laptop.
And my laptop. Then from there we went back up through Georgia, and that's when we went to Sonoy, Georgia, which we saw the Walking Dead set.
Yeah, where they filmed The Walking Dead. We went there.
So cool.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely live in Sonoy, Georgia.
It was awesome.
So after Sonoy, Georgia,
yeah,
we went up to South Carolina.
Yes.
South Carolina was pretty, and we went to Jekyll Island.
That was in Georgia.
That was in Georgia? No, I swear that was in South Carolina. Okay, it was in Georgia. Anyway, we went to South Carolina, and that's where we blew a tire.
Yeah.
Yep. So we blew a back tire right in the middle of nowhere, and it was pretty wild.
Not middle. There were still things around.
A little bit. There was a grocery store and the only tire shop within like 30 miles. And it just so happened that it worked out perfectly, because where we blew the tire, we parked in the grocery store parking lot for the night, and then the next morning we turned around and went to the closest tire repair shop, and we thought we were going to get a discount because I called ahead. The lady said, oh, it's going to be about, I think it was $300 a tire. Then when we get there, she says, oh, I forgot to mention, if it's an RV, we can't do used tires. We have to do new tires.
Not $300 a tire.
It was pretty cheap.
Yeah, it was like $100 a tire or something.
It was like $100 a tire? Okay, so it was like $100 a tire.
Yeah.
So then, when she told us that, we found out we had to buy all new tires. And we can't just get one tire, we had to get 4 tires, because all of the tires in the back were the original tires that came on this RV. This is 2006.
Yeah. Old.
So
Original tires.
16 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 years old. And they didn't have any tread on them. Yeah, so I'm surprised they lasted that long, from Colorado to Florida to South Carolina.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was
stressful.
Yeah.
It was a little stressful.
Yeah.
But the people at the tire repair shop were super nice. And I loved it. They were super fun.
Yeah.
After that, we had to make it to Texas for her other sister's high school graduation. So we started heading from South Carolina to Texas. We made it to about Alabama, and we stopped at a Harvest Host. I think the name of the Harvest Host is Come On Down to South Alabama. That is where we met our good friends Tommy and Judy. We ended up having, I think it was about $60 between the two of us. $60, and that was it by the time we got to Alabama. Well, we ended up asking Tommy and Judy if we could stay on their land. They said, absolutely, as long as you need. And we started going to their church, the Cowboy Baptist Church. We started going to church with them. That was super fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite memories.
The most warm and friendly and loving people I've ever met. We ended up getting there on the day they were having like a crawfish boil as a church, and they invited us to come, and so we got to start meeting everybody in the town and in the church, and we continued to go and got invited to a lot of different events. So we got to see their town where they grew up, where their generations had lived. It was really, really interesting.
The church took us to all kinds of different places, like the Bellengrath Gardens. If you've never heard of that, you could just Google it. Really beautiful. I think they took us out to dinner a couple times, and we got to know the pastor. His name's Caleb, and his wife Robin really well. We became I would consider friends to them. So we stayed with Tommy and Judy for a while. Tommy and Judy kind of gave me a job, kind of, sort of, helping them move stuff for one of their antique shows because they buy and sell antiques. Well, we went with them to one of their antique shows. I tried to sell some of the stuff of mine that I thought I could sell, but nothing sold. They ended up paying us, but the deadline was coming up to get to Texas for her sister's graduation. So we kind of had to figure some stuff out. Well, the church that we got involved with ended up gifting us $500 to continue our journey all the way to Texas and make it to her sister's graduation.
Yeah.
And about that time is when I went on workcampers.com and I found a job in South Texas at a place called Wilderness Lakes RV Resort. Never forget that. Man, we have a video of me dancing my ass off. The night that I found it, I applied and he called me. His name is Dave. He called me right back. I think he called me right back after I applied. We talked a little bit. He said, I'm interested in having you here. And I was pumped. So now we had money to get us back on our feet, and we had a place to go in order to kind of establish
our
funds and have a set place where we could be.
Yeah.
So I think it was a couple nights before we left, we also met Becky and Michael of Neverland Again. I think that's their Instagram name, Neverland Again. They live on a yacht. That's crazy.
Yeah.
With 4 boys, all of whom are either hilarious, crazy, or adorable, and a little dog named Yachty. They are the coolest down-to-earth people ever. Love them. I can't wait to see them again one day. They tell us we have to go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
So when we left Alabama, we left all of our friends, we went down to New Orleans, which was kind of a trip for me. You loved it.
I loved it. It was like living in Princess and the Frog. Of course, it was a little more real. You know, some people looked a little rough, but
there was some dude just peeing midday in the middle of the street.
Yeah, but the music was awesome. The vibes were awesome.
The food
was awesome.
was delicious.
I was happy.
We went to Cafe du Monde, got the coffee and the beignets, the beignets. Beignets. Those were delicious.
It was awesome.
After we went to New Orleans, where did we go from there?
We stopped in Galveston.
Galveston? Oh,
it was
man.
Awesome. We stayed right on the beach.
Yeah, that was super cool.
It was cool. It was Bub's first time on the beach, so that was really cool.
Yep, we took him on the beach. I think he liked it. I think it's fair to say he liked it.
Yeah. And then from Galveston, we made our way to
Mathis, Texas.
Yeah.
Probably 40 minutes outside of Corpus Christi.
Yeah. It's not the most exciting town.
It is not the most exciting town at all.
But if you're looking for an RV park in Mathis, Texas, that's it.
Wilderness Lakes RV Resort is the way to go. That is the best RV park we've been to.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, we're biased, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I got a job there, but really, I mean, so much fun.
Yeah.
They have trails. They have 3 lakes you can fish in. They have, I think, kayaking and paddle boating. They have golf carts. Oh! Well, we got a golf cart. They have frisbee golf. Right there.
Okay.
How should I throw it? Should I throw it like traditional frisbee? Or should I go like the cool, like, frisbee guy?
Whatever you think, baby.
Wait, what the? Like this. Okay, ready? Okay. it's like an outdoor retirement home. I love it. I love it. We have
awesome.
met all kinds of great people there too, because that's kind of where we've been for the majority of the year.
Yeah.
We spent about, I think it was 7.5, 8 months
Yeah. In Mathis.
in Mathis, Texas.
Yeah.
When we got there, still did not have a car. The manager of the RV park, his name was Dave. He gave us the keys to their truck, the park truck, so we could use the truck to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And go to the beach sometimes. That was super cool. We ended up getting really friendly with everyone there. Basically made a whole new second family
Yeah.
in Mathis, Texas. I mean, Terry, Brenda, Jody, Sandra, Shelby, Garrett.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people.
Yeah.
Deborah, Pat and Gail, and Terry, and John. I mean, and Riken, and Riken's family, Robin and Kenny. Just wonderful people. Love them all. We're definitely gonna have to go back.
Yeah.
I mean, I would work at the RV park, and then after I got off work, I would go wash people's RVs, and I would, I don't know, I would do everything. I mean, if somebody needed something replaced in their RV, if somebody needed something fixed on their golf cart, I mean, you name it, I kind of did it. So that was kind of fun. But 7.5, 8 months later, we decided it was time to pack up and go.
Yeah.
But we hit the road.
Yeah.
When we decided Florida was the way to go.
Yeah. So for us, we've never not been home for the holidays.
We have to rewind. We went to freaking Puerto Rico.
Before we decided to leave Mathis, we ended up taking a trip to Puerto Rico. Obviously, things were financially better at that point.
Much better.
And we had these flight credits from my cousin's wedding, which got postponed because of COVID over and over, and we just decided, let's get our money back. And the only thing they couldn't refund was the flight credits. So we had to find something to do with them, or else they would expire. So we decided on Puerto Rico. And by far one of our most exciting trips, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome. We got there at 4 a.m.
I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know how to get to our Airbnb or how to find our rental car.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it was
totally lost.
It was a little different.
But I told myself, I'm not gonna stress. I'm not gonna worry. So I just let whatever happen happen.
Yeah. So as we get to the airport at 4 a.m, we're standing there trying to figure out how to get to our rental car, because the airport just opens out onto a residential street.
Which was awesome. Wait, hold on. No, that wasn't awesome. What I was meaning to say was the awesome part was I've never been to an airport where when you get out of the airplane, you go outside first.
Yeah,
And then you
just go
walk
outside.
next to the plane that you were just flown in. Flied in.
Would heed of, heeded of, when no one headed,
Take headed of.
no one would take headed of my instruction.
So yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and we met this really cool couple there, our very first night. Batiste and Kat.
Mm-hmm.
They were like our twins. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He was from France, and she was from Finland.
Yeah.
Yep. They were really cool, really friendly. I can't wait to reconnect with them.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We ended up seeing my family in Puerto Rico, so we drove from Aguadilla, which is where we were, all the way to San Juan. We saw my dad, my stepmom. Had some fun over there in San Juan. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then drove back to Aguadilla. Then drove our new friends all the way to San Juan because they were staying over there. Then we met this guy at their Airbnb, their new Airbnb. We met this guy, Gabriel, I think his name was.
Yeah.
He said he was like a local And he was like, "Oh, you guys gonna go check out Old San Juan? I'll go with you." So we all just kind of went to Old San Juan. He acted like our tour guide for the night, telling us all kinds of cool stuff about the place, the history. He showed us the castle. I mean, he took us to some pretty cool bars that had like a really neat little back room in them.
Yeah.
We just kind of walked around the town all night. Later in the night, ended up meeting up with 3 girls from Israel and 1 girl from Germany, who kind of got sucked into the group.
Into our tour group.
Yeah. And kind of had like a really fun night with all of them. And that was sadly our last night there, so we kind of had to leave and cut the night a little short and head back to Aguadilla. But, I mean, we had a pretty fun night.
Yeah.
With all of them. It was pretty cool getting to meet everybody. So, we flew back all the way to Texas. Our good friends Terry and Brenda picked us up. Shout out to Terry, T-Swizzle, and Brenda. Then this freaking lady says we need to get the hell out of Mathis. So, I'm giving you credit. I'm not bashing on you. I'm giving you credit.
Okay. We had just started our journey into to be stationary for 8 months. That's too long.
Yeah.
So
it was.
We stayed through Thanksgiving, and then the first week of December, the park threw us a going away party, and then we hit the road.
We left.
And then we went back to New Orleans, did some sightseeing and experiencing from a better, less stressed place.
Yep. A lot less stressed.
Then we went back to South Alabama, stayed with Tommy and Judy again, went to church, saw our friends and reconnected with them and updated them on where we've been and what we've been doing. And since we have made our way back down to Florida for the winter.
Yep. Now we're in
Zolfo Springs,
Florida, at a state park, which actually is pretty nice.
It's a pretty awesome state park. They have like a little wildlife refuge.
They have a zoo. Oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They have a museum and a restaurant, and it's pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a pretty neat place. Now we're hoping to get a job either in the Everglades, the Florida Everglades, or one at a RV and boat storage facility.
In Southwest Florida.
In Southwest Florida. So, we're definitely going to be keeping up on the YouTube. We're definitely going to be, keeping up on our Instagram and updating where we're at and what we're doing.
It just got to be so much with the stress and then the chaos of travel and the unpredictability, and like the last thing on our mind was like, let's update our YouTube, or let's like there wasn't capacity to create anything. There wasn't any good energy left to, we took videos here and there thinking we'll post them or we'll put together a YouTube video, and it just never worked because it takes so much more capacity than a lot of people think.
Yeah, if there's any YouTubers watching this, I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it. It is so much more work than I thought it was. I was like, man, you just slap a video up there, click a couple buttons, make it look funny, boom, it's up.
It is time and
more
energy, and like, obviously I know that a lot of people out there want to make money doing it, but you have to put in a lot of hours when you're not making any money.
And when you don't want to do it.
And when you don't want to do it. Yeah, and then it feels like a chore, and I think that's where it really got to stick, or like that kind of sticky place, was that it felt like a chore. It didn't feel like we were doing it because we loved it, or that we were inspired, or that we thought something was really fun. It just started to feel like a chore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A new look on things. We definitely have a new appreciation for I don't know, vlogging, I guess you would call that. We definitely have a new outlook, and we're coming to this with a new energy,
Yeah.
essentially. So you're gonna see a lot more from us, and we're gonna keep up on the YouTube. We're gonna keep up on the Instagram. Maybe, I don't know how often, but we're gonna do it. Well, yeah, we just wanted to update you and on where we've been for the last 8 months. And we will see you in the next video. Bye!